What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales of the Rays video. So, the Tales of the Rays 6th anniversary live stream has just ended. They dumped a lot of information of upcoming stuff, and this video is obviously going to be going over that stuff. So people are aware, the anniversary itself will start in, like, what, 16 hours, roughly? Roughly 16 hours, the first of the anniversary events will begin. They did give us the full PV, which is very, very early for them. They gave us the full PV of what's coming for the month of March. I'm just going to go ahead and say it right out of the gates. They did not show anything for Tales of Link, so I don't know if they're just going to treat it like last year. They all get new 5 stars again and they call it good. I was really hoping that Tales of Link could get like Spirit Gears, or maybe they get Ending Mirage Arts or something, but if this PV is anything to go by, Tales of Link is most likely not, unless they're going to push it back to like April. It doesn't seem like Tales of Link is getting anything substantial this year, which is kind of disappointing for me. I really don't like this whole, just to get it out of the way, I don't like this whole trend of the mobile titles getting one event a year. I think they should just, plan stuff out when they have time, or do collaborative events, maybe do like a Link and Crestoria event together. But I don't like the solidified they can only be in this time slot. But now I have that out of the way, let's go over what the PV does have. So first banner is going to be Red is getting his Ending Mirage Art. This is a very weird banner, by the way. He's getting his Ending Mirage Art, and then we are getting crossover Mirage Arts for Shizel and Elrain, Van and Alexei, and Artorias and Heldolf. So that's a very weird banner. This is most likely the starting banner for the anniversary, I'm going to guess, because it's the one they showed first in the PV. I could just play the PV, but I'm just going to have this stuff here. So that's going to be seemingly the first banner. Obviously, they'll have a producer's letter out probably here in a few hours, so if anything changes, obviously we'll go over that, but I'm assuming that's going to be the starting banner. Then we are going to have a Raise Festival this month that is going to have a lot of crossover Mirage Arts this month. It seems like Siblings is going to be the theme for this one, so we've got Leon and Rudy, and then we've got, these two aren't really siblings per se, but anyways, Luke and Ash, and then Ludger and Julius. So that's going to be the Raise Festival for this month, so very, very cool there. Leon and Ludger both getting their second crossover Mirage Art, so there's still a lot of characters that still need crossover Mirage Arts, but I guess Leon's up there in popularity. And then for the last banner, or whatever order everything goes in, Yolande, who is I don't even know if that's how you pronounce her name. She's an original character from the Rays story. She actually showed up kind of in the later parts of the story. I think the first time I don't think we saw her in Mirage Prism. I think Fairy's Requiem was the first time we saw her. I could be wrong. But she's going to be playable. And then we are getting Decisive Mirage Art for Clarth. We are getting an Overray for Sheena. I guess RIP if you're playing Symphonia for the first time and you haven't gotten here yet. And then we are getting another crossover Mirage Art for Keel and Merity. So, very interesting. I guess this is supposed to be like a Summoners theme for this one. So, very, very cool there. So, those are our big, big banners for the month. A lot of big stuff here. Me, personally, I'm saving for this final banner because I always have to summon for Sheena stuff. And then, of course, a Ray's original character. So, I think for these first two banners, I'm probably just going to summon with whatever free summons they give us and call it good. They did a Q&A portion. I made my tweet about worrisome thing, about no link. From tomorrow, so starting from the anniversary until March 31st, when the anniversary will seemingly end, there's going to be a total of 666 free polls. Now, I'm sure a lot of that is just going to be, a lot of kind of like rerun banners and stuff. Like down here, for example, there's a lot of these banners that are getting full voice, so there's a chance that there's going to be a banner for all 5 of these, and that'll count as like 5. But 666, that's like 66 multis worth of summons. So unless they're very well they could do this year where there's going to be a general banner and you just do a multi a day, as well as a bunch of other stuff you got. Because if you do that, a multi a day for 30 days is essentially, that's over 300 of the summons right there. So then the other 30 could be from something else. But that's a lot of free pulls. That's very, very good. That's 66 multis across a lot of different content. We might also get the daily, you know, free Mirage Art everyday thing that they did. We'll have to see when the anniversary begins what kind of campaigns we're going to have for that. Now for the big thing. I almost feel like they went back on their word, because they were like, we don't want to do a new story that isn't about Ix and Melina, because it's not Tales of the Rays without Ix and Melina, but they are doing a new story, technically. So this is going to be the new, like, I guess, title screen for Tales of the Rays. You got Ix and Melina right here, and we've got 2 characters here in the back. And we have concept art for what is essentially a new cast. Now, it's not really a new cast. I mean, these 5 are new. This is obviously Baldur. These 5 are new. What I'm guessing this is going to be is this is going to be Baldur's backstory. It seems like they're probably going to do Baldur's backstory as an actual arc in the game with the new Recollection update. So I think that's what's going to be. So this is probably Baldur and his original companions. We're going to learn about them. And we have names for all of them here. We got Kodama Atwood, who seems like he's going to be the main character here. He's kind of like in the center of everything. We have Hayes Cesario Edelfelt. Looks like a caster over here. Cool. We have Serios Caftro, who he looks very interesting. He's got like a mechanical leg. And then he's got all these like bullets like tied to him. So I wonder if he uses his leg like as a gun. So very interesting design there. We have Iris Lovefeather. And then we have 2 more. Luana Gimle. She looks like she's almost kind of partially designed after like velvet. She has a very kind of velvety design, which is interesting. She has like a velvety type outfit, and then she has the thing that kind of looks like what Artorias wears on one of his shoulders. So very interesting. And then finally, of course, Baldur right here. A much older looking Baldur, so probably like the original Baldur. Very cool. Yeah, and then it's like, you just see the complete difference. So if this is the past version, he's much older here, and I guess, you know, when Rays happened, he has a much younger body. They were going over the Recollection mode, which is going to have stuff from each of the games. You can see right here, Tales of the Rays Recollection. That's where the Recollection story is going to be. And then all these other ones are just going to be fights you do from across the different series. You'll have specific teams that you'll use for each one to complete the objectives. Obviously, very end-game content. If you're a new player, most of these you aren't going to be able to do, mainly due to power restrictions, for one, because you can see it's like 18,000 power for all these stages right here. But also, you won't have the characters that are required. So yeah, they show off. The camera is going to be a little different. There's going to be a new camera view. I wrote unlimited AG system, but it's not really unlimited, because the more you spam your arts, the slower you're going to be. So at some point, you're going to have to slow down and do like a normal attack or dodge a little bit. We'll have the around step mechanic, which, if you know around step from Tales of Graces, it's literally how it sounds, where you just dash around the other side of the enemy. And it's going to be wave after wave style combat. Most of these fights look like they're going to have 5 waves where you just fight enemies. So very cool there. There's going to be an auto chain feature for stages you have completed. You'll be having, so if you're like farming them, because you are going to want to do these like 5 times a day for certain like missions to accumulate the like currency for this mode so you can progress the story. So it will be important to make sure you're doing this like 5 times a day, but obviously you can auto battle it. So you'll set arts for your auto chain. So the auto chain is obviously, okay, use this, use this, use this. So you'll be able to set that up. They showed off a little gameplay. You can see the camera kind of follows behind the character you're controlling. So very cool there. And as you clear the new mode, you'll get different story parts depending on which game you're playing. So very cool there. There's going to be a time attack mode. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I like this idea more than the dojo. The dojo is cool to practice combos, but I really want to actually test it in like an actual like field of battle. So having just my one character against 5 waves of enemies, I think this is going to be a lot more fun to practice combos than in the dojo. I feel like the dojo is just to kind of figure out your combos, but not to use them actually practically. I didn't look at most of the Q&A stuff, but there was one that stood out to me that I wanted to go over. Someone actually asked a question about Crystorian and Luminaria. They just used them as examples. Because of this new game mode, there's obviously going to be a lot of new content that comes out. And people obviously are not a fan of the once-a-year kind of like mobile title events, but the answer was pretty much they're going to focus on Recollection right now, and, you know, things are probably going to stay pretty much as they are. So that's unfortunate, but at least we can pretty much assume that that means we're going to get something Crestoria related probably this summer, because I think the difference with Link is Link, we already have the 4 main characters from Link. Obviously, we don't have any of the like enemies or anything, but we have the 4 main characters, and they all have a plethora of Mirage Arts. I still would love for them to at least get Spirit Gears at some point, but maybe next year. But with Crestoria and Luminaria, if they ever decide to bring Luminaria over, obviously with those two, there's still tons of characters to add. Even with just Crestoria, we have obviously the 4 remaining cast members, and then we have some of the villains that they obviously introduced in the game, you know, before they had to stop the story. And then, of course, for Luminaria, I don't know how that will work, but they can obviously take their time with that. Especially since they're starting a whole brand new story. This, once again, reaffirms that Tales of the Rays is not going anywhere. Obviously, they plan to keep supporting this game for a very, very long time. Adding a whole bunch of new game modes, as well as a brand new story. Even if it is, like, a backstory, like, it's still a new story, adding a bunch of new original characters. So, very, very cool there. Here is the 6th anniversary. Obviously, this is just the artwork from the credits of Last Cradle, and then, of course, 6th anniversary and stuff. And the only other thing to really mention is they did update the website. They do have Tales of the Rays Recollection on here. They said it's going to be coming sometime this spring, so maybe like April or May. And then they just have everything down here. We can look. There's the PV. Here's the live stream. What else we got here? Let's actually let's take a look at some of this stuff. So, okay, so this is okay. Oh, so we already have the schedule. Okay. So Heroes Destination Tales of Eternia edition after maintenance on the 28th. So yes, the ending Mirage Art for Rid, and then the villain crossover Mirage Arts will be the next event. Crossover 6th anniversary special, 310 to 320. So I'm assuming that's the Raise Festival. Raise a Festival, free gacha up to 100 times, so from 310 to 320. So the free summons for that. Oh, well, yeah. So that's 100 for the Raise Festival itself. And then, of course, we have Spirit and Summoners. That's going to be the final event of the month. And then, of course, we do have 6th Anniversary Gacha, which is going to start from 3/1 to 3/31. So I assume this is probably going to be our, like, other free summons. Like, obviously, it has the 666 here, so all of these are at least going to have, like, a free multi on them. Obviously, this is going to have 100 of those 666 are going to be from the Raise Festival. Login bonus. Let's take a look. Yep, it's going to start after maintenance. Ready to fight. Training material distribution. Quests. There's going to be full carnival. Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays. Gold quest. Series limited quests. Of course, the usual stuff we get. Missions. New player stuff. Panel mission, of course. Oh, the panel mission will probably have a bunch of free summons when you complete each one as well. Main story AP is halved. Sale at the Turtle Shop. Stuff about the soundtrack. And then... oh yeah, this thing as well. They're going to be doing... I already kind of mentioned this back there, but they're going to be doing full voice for specific events, so there might be some banners for that as well. And then, of course, this has to do with... it looks like the character page stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for the Tales of the Rays 6th Anniversary live stream. We're going to have a lot of stuff coming this month, and of course, once the event drops and we'll be able to look at the stuff in game as well as the producers are that should drop later today, I will go over all of that. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'm really excited for the 6th Anniversary of Tales of the Rays and to see where we keep going from here. I think we still have a lot of road left for Tales of the Rays, and of course, there's still going to be more characters to be added from our legacy titles as well. There's still plenty of characters they can still add. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.